couple of things not talking about with the mass deportations. That's really dark, obviously, but it gets darker still. But people don't think about what it's. First of all, the income that the people pay into Social Security, that supports Social Security. That's one thing. But another thing is, how are they going to deal with people's property?
Right.
The mass of people's property, personal property, and also physical property like land.
Right. Go ahead.
This goes to something that happened in Hungary during the Holocaust, where Hungary was really one of the last countries to tip over and deport Jews to the death camps. But they did it. They had to have veterans involved in it, and veterans were rewarded with the land of the Jews they deported.
Huh.
So it's really, really dark. And one of the things about it is they also were awarded the Order of Vitesse, the medal, the military medal. Mm-hmm. And the Order of Vitesse was worn. Sepp Gorka's father won the Order of Vitesse, and Sepp Gorka wore this medal.
Whoa.
To the first inauguration. There's pictures of it.
Is Gorka still around?
So,
he was a big supporter of Trump early on. I haven't heard his name in a year.
He's such a nutbag, and I think people are just so...
Or is he still over on Sinclair? Wasn't he on Sinclair TV as a commentator for a while?
I think he's one of Sinclair or something. Yeah.
So I asked Perplexity.ai, the AI search engine, what happened to when the Japanese were interned during World War II, what happened to their property? And it just said many Japanese Americans were forced to sell their belongings, businesses, and properties at significant loss. Points include families had only days to decide to do what to do with their houses, farms.
How are they going to do it?
Businesses and other possessions. Many conducted removal sales, often selling their stock at 5 or 10 cents on the dollar to white competitors taking advantage of the situation. And Japanese American farmers were particularly hard hit, with some having to sell their land for a fraction of its value. For example, one family had to sell their vineyards for $23 an acre instead of the $200 an acre they would have received if they'd been allowed to harvest. Not all Japanese Americans were able to sell their property. The War Reduction Authority eventually took on this responsibility, and so the U.S. government basically seized their assets and sold them for them. So I would guess if Trump is going to mimic that behavior, that World War II behavior, that you would probably see something very, very much like that.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, do they have the infrastructure to track the property? What are they? What is the mechanism of this? This is where the mainstream media falls down on the job. These are the obvious questions that should have been asked during the campaign.
I don't think anybody has any idea. I mean, these are.
It's horrifying. It's horrifying. This is the first thing I thought. What are they going to do with the property?
Yeah.
I mean, when the Jews were brought out of the ghettos to go to the camps, you get one suitcase, and the one suitcase was taken away right before they went into the gas chamber.
Yeah, no, I totally.
This is where we're at.
I totally get it. I totally get it. Scott, I got to run. I don't have an answer, and we're just going to have to wait and see what Trump and Stephen Miller and buddies do. Stick around. We'll be right back. It's 19 minutes past the hour.